Listen up, don't cut yourself shaving now, because we've been waiting for this for a long time. It's the initial, introductory, premiere, grand opening, inception, commencement, kickoff, debut, tip-off, first shot out of the box, launch. Did I already say premiere? Okay, it's the first ever breakfast time and the maiden voyage of Tom Bergeron and Laurie Hibbert.
Thank you, Jim. This is it, your breakfast time starter kit. How about a hand for yourselves? You're here at the party. We have a lot of bigwigs here on this Wednesday, June 1st, and frankly, they've been drinking all night. And Terry, my ad-libs, please. Thank you so much. Welcome to the show for this, our first breakfast time, FX debuting in 18 million homes today. We are very pleased that yours is one of them. We're going to be taking you all across the country, showing you all kinds of slices of Americana, and we'll even be introducing you to other species, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, yes, yes.
Here I am.
That was your cue. That's right, Bob.
Yes,
how are you?
Cue. Yes, that's what you tell me I'm supposed to come on, right?
Don't miss your close-up. That's a wonderful thing.
Ah, something that wants to get close up to me, huh?
Especially since, after all the work that Beverly Hills plastic surgeon did on you.
Right. I'm suing for that. These implants are murder.
No kidding. Well, you get some rest. We'll be back.
Don't threaten me, Tom.
That's all right, Bob. A regular part of our day. Obviously, he had connections with Rupert Murdoch. We have no idea how he got hired.
Where do you suppose he was implanted?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'd hate to meet his parents. Laurie, good morning.
Good morning. Funny thing in the news this morning is, you know, we try to be topical here on Breakfast Time, but this is just too funny to miss. The Bill and Hillary Clinton cutout dolls, and they come in their underwear, of course, so that you can plaster different clothing on them.
Do you know how many lines I'm passing on just right now? Because it's our first show.
It's like,
and why alienate the White House, right?
And on that happy note, I'm going to get ready for the news. Thanks.
Let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to be doing today. This is our first show. We're very excited about it. We are here on Breakfast Time until 9 o'clock as the kickoff show on FX. And we're going across the country this morning, as we will do every morning. First up at Butterfly World in Coconut Creek, Florida. She's bedecked with butterflies. Jillian Hamilton. Hi, Jill.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
I am decked out with butterflies. Tom, remember when you were a kid and you go to the park and there were butterflies everywhere?
No.
Well, there were where I grew up.
Okay, good.
And I've got shocking news. In the last 20 years, 80% of the butterflies have been destroyed. Here at Butterfly World, they're working on that. And butterflies aren't just pretty little objects that we see flying around. Butterflies are symbolic of a healthy environment. Where there are lots of butterflies, the environment is healthy. Later on, we're going to meet Ron, who's created this wonderful indoor tropical rainforest. It's his childhood dream, and we're going to see how he has brought the butterfly practically back from extinction.
All right, Jillian Hamilton. And speaking of environments that are healthy and natural, let's go to a diner in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Route 66. John Davis is there. John?
That's right, Tom. I don't have butterflies on me, but I did spill some coffee. But we are here at the Route 66 diner. Let's see your T-shirt, just to prove where we are. This is Adam, the human billboard. And by the way, Tom, besides eating something later called the sausage thang, we're watching the show. So we're
that's
going to be
a good thing.
Yes. We have a room full of critics here, and when we come back, we're going to be at the Route 66 diner, having fun and eating, which is what you do in the morning.
Indeed, and you'll get to hear the sounds of arteries actually clogging throughout the broadcast. We're looking forward to that. Also, right across the street from us in Madison Square Park on 5th Avenue, Spencer Garbett, and there's a whole lot of hula hooping going on. Spencer?
A whole lot of hula hooping going on in Madison Square Park today. I'll be here with Patricia Moreno, your personal FX trainer, to talk about hula hooping and the benefits of, because hula hooping, friends, it's not just fun, it's good for you, too. So I'll talk to you later.
Thanks a lot, Spencer. Let's get a sense of what's been happening overnight while you've been slumbering. For an update on news, let's have our FX News Orchestra and, of course, Laurie.
Thanks, Tom. Here's what America is talking about today. Dan Rostenkowski is keeping a low profile. That's following yesterday's 17-count indictment against him. The congressman is accused of illegally using almost $700,000 in taxpayers' money, but the Illinois Democrat says he is innocent. President Clinton is heading to Europe today. He'll be visiting Italy, England, and France for the D-Day anniversary ceremonies. White House aides are hoping that the 8-day trip will allow Mr. Clinton to polish his foreign policy image. The Atlantic hurricane season begins today, and that has a lot of people very nervous, especially after Hurricane Andrew tore through the Bahamas, Florida, and Louisiana back in 1992. You'll remember Andrew took 41 lives, wrecked 80,000 homes, and caused $20 billion in damage in Miami alone. The man accused of shooting former Nation of Islam spokesman Khalid Abdul Muhammad says he's innocent. James Bass was arraigned yesterday. He allegedly shot Muhammad and his 5 bodyguards Sunday in Riverside, California. Bass could spend life in prison for attempted murder if he is found guilty. Muhammad and his bodyguards are doing fine. And finally, remember that house alarm that wouldn't stop screeching in Maryland? We told you about it last week. Well, the homeowner finally came back from vacation, only to find that his neighbors were furious with him. The alarm was triggered by a power outage and whined for 6 days before police finally pulled the plug. He faces a possible $100 fine and some pretty nerve-rattled neighbors. Can you imagine, Tom, 6 days of an alarm going off in your neighborhood?
I don't want to alienate some of our viewers in that area, Lori, but here in New York City, we've had house alarms going off since the late 1970s. And
yeah, and I'm sorry, Tom. Go ahead. You finish first. You're the host.
No, believe me, I'm not going to argue with a big old yellow piece of felt.
Especially if you're asleep. What's the big deal? Joan Rivers has been whining for 15 years.
There you go. There you go. Let's take a look at how this June 1st is greeting you across the country weather-wise, and here's Jim.
Okay, here's an important meteorological tip for everybody. If you live near one of them big yellow balls with the spikes on it, that's good. If you live near a yellow ball that's resting in fluffy cotton, that's not so good. And if the cotton is crying, that's downright bad. Now let's look at the temperatures. As you can see, the Purple Army is sweeping north, but the Brown Army has them contained into the southwest. And that's the weather.
All right, Jim, and a fine job.
Is he still in meteorologist school? Is that what it is?
I think he actually flunked out.
Yeah.
We're going to catch up with them German and Japanese kids pretty soon.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much. One of the things that I like to do, if you don't mind, Lori and Bob, I'm feeling just a little pent up this morning.
Oh, is that what you're going to do? This is Tom's pent up.
I just, you know, it's our debut show, and I've got all this energy, and if you don't mind, if I can just vent,
go right ahead.
if I can just vent, I'll be much better. Do I have a microphone? Terry, can you just give me that, please? Thank you so much. All right, we have Rich. Say hello to the people.
Hi, everybody.
How are you?
Welcome to FX.
That's right. That's good. We're going to say hello to... You know who I want to say hello to? The executive producer, Peter Feynman, who... See, you can't run. You can run, but you can't hide, Peter. Come over here. Is there anything...
Oh, we've had our first casualty on FX.
Look at this. Oh, my heavens. Look at this.
Tom, this is a disaster. This is an absolute disaster.
I just want to show you, folks, what happens when you risk live television. As you'll find out later on our collectible show, Personal FX, this, from the Napoleonic era, was worth $715,000. Rupert Murdoch is watching this, and as a result, you're watching our final day on FX. We thank you for being with us. We hope you've enjoyed the network. Tomorrow, the Lint Channel will be here. Well, that's about enough running around for right now.
You blew it for us.
We're breaking things already. We're breaking things already.
Oh, my. Well, we're going to get
I'll just relax.
Yes, Tom, sit quietly with your hands folded. We're going to get the glue and see if we can patch that thing up. Please stay tuned. There's a lot more mayhem and havoc on breakfast time on the way. We're going to go back to Miami and Butterfly World. Steve and Jack from the Pet Department are going to join us, and we have a special guest stopping by.
Napoleon would hate this segment.
Oh, it's okay.
Well, here, I mean, I don't know what you want to, you know.
Yes, yes.
The green emerald swallowtail.
Yeah, we should. That's a great.
You're showing us your rare one.
Yeah, these are some of the...
Yes, this is Jillian. I'm here.
And now, Ron, you're even going to show us your own design. Here's the one you designed, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's get back. You guys clear with that? Yeah. Okay, is it in the way?
You think secondhand smoke is bad for you? You ought to try secondhand coffee sometime. It's kept Tom and Lori out of the cult of experience.
Thank you, Jim. Beatrice is our FX apartment housekeeper, called into action a lot sooner than you thought you'd be, huh?
Yo no le entiendo nada lo que usted me está diciendo.
Right. Thank you, Beatrice. Thank you so much. But she got all the glass shards up, which is a wonderful thing. No, you didn't. No, I'm kidding. No, really, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. I have no idea what she just said to me. Let's go to Coconut Creek, Florida, where Jillian Hamilton... Look, oh, that's beautiful. Butterflies flying all around. She's in butterfly
Yeah, can you believe...
It
is a paradise.
You know, when you were at Caterpillar World during rehearsal week, it wasn't nearly as pretty.
You see how I grew up, Tom?
I know, it's great.
It's fabulous. We're in a paradise here. And remember what I told you before about practically 80% of butterflies being destroyed in the past 20 years. Well, right now, we're going to see how Ron and his team here at Butterfly World is bringing them back. And at the end, we're going to meet Ron, who has created a butterfly of his own. Okay, now this is a butterfly egg. Can you see that tiny little thing? It's so teeny weeny. It's the first stage in the butterfly life. And these eggs, you know, it takes about 48 hours for butterfly parents to mate. But the parents only live for 7 days. So that means that they're, you know, mating for like a third of their life. Isn't that nice? Not bad. Not a bad life, Lori. Now, the second stage in the caterpillar's life is a caterpillar. So now, after the egg, it becomes a caterpillar. Look at these amazing caterpillars, all different sizes and shapes. Ron has bought them back from all over the world. Now, this caterpillar has more than 2,000 muscles. And do you know how many we have, Lori? Nope. Nope. 656.
Well, you know why?
Different ones.
You know why, Jillian? Because they're mating for a third of their life. They need those muscles.
They're working on that muscle energy. They're really going for it. Look at how gorgeous this place is. It is beautiful. There are flowers everywhere. Even the rain, they even actually have mist that comes down every 5 minutes and sprays for about 5 seconds to keep the tropical climate here. Now, this is one of the last stages before coming a butterfly. These are chrysalis, all different types of chrysalis. Wow. Green, they have these gold colors. Look at that gold color. Wow. The chrysalis opens up from this pupa, which inside contains liquid, which becomes these wings.
From the what? The pupa?
the pupa inside there is going to come this.
Isn't it pupa?
Can you believe it?
The pupa?
Sorry? Isn't it called the pupa?
Yeah, it's called a pupa or pupa, depends on where you're from. Okay. So,
good save, okay.
Yeah, you must be from like the West or something. So you can see all this, and then the butterfly comes out of there. Now we're going to go over, and we're going to meet Ron, this man who had a childhood dream to have a butterfly world. Hi, Ron. How you doing this morning?
Hi. Good morning, Jillian.
Good morning. Let's
world.
show us what you got in your hands. What are these beautiful creatures?
Here's a couple of our favorites here. This is the blue morpho that you find all over in the rainforests of Central and South America. And this is called an emerald swallowtail. This is found in the Philippine areas. They're two of our prettier butterflies.
Yeah, oh, you created an amazing one. Wasn't it the piano butterfly? Let's go take a look at that. Come downstairs with me. All right, watch out, Manny. There's stairs here. I don't want you to run into a tree or something. Okay, what's this one?
We keep them in envelopes here so that you can see them. This butterfly has piano keys on its hind wings.
Exactly. It looks like, turn it around, and it looks like a piano keyboard. That is amazing. So later on, we're going to see where Ron actually breeds these things. It's amazing.
Right.
We'll be back with that in a couple moments.
All right, a man who has bred a butterfly with a piano, and federal authorities will be surrounding his butterfly world within the next few minutes. Don't shoot him. He's only the piano breeder. Right now, with a look at some more of our FX Day and meeting more of our FX family, back to Lori.
Thanks, Tom. You know, one of the most innovative shows, you have to get a shot of it. The dog is going bananas. One of the most innovative shows we have on FX is called The Pet Department, and the two hosts of The Pet Department are with me today. This is Steve Walker, and Steve Walker is not the one who's biting his hind legs, obviously. Exactly. You were doing that 5 minutes ago, however. Jack's doing it now. Now, how did you two become co-hosts of a show?
Well, I was looking for a dog at about the same time that I moved to New York to do this show, and I went through all of the shelters. The ASPCAs here in New York, and I looked at every dog. It took me about 3 days, and finally at the end of the search, I really hadn't found the dog that I was looking for, because this dog was going to become a big, big star. Yeah. And I was at the very last place. He's going crazy.
I know.
We were at the very last place, and I said, I really haven't found it, and the guy says, hold on, I want you to meet one more dog. And they brought Jack through the door, and I knew right away that he was the dog, because he has an amazing story, as you know.
Yes, yeah.
He was actually a stray and hit by a bus here in New York City. And the veterinarians took a look at him, and usually they will put them to sleep, but they decided to save Jack. And after about 3 months of recuperating, we found him, we adopted him, and we brought him here to the FX apartment. We actually have some videotapes from home movies that we shot the day we picked him up at the ASPCA.
Oh, let's take a look at those.
He had become so well loved by the staff at the ASPCA that he had to say goodbye to everybody. And as you can see, the doctors and the nurses, everybody that helped him recover from this horrible accident were so happy for him and happy to see him moving on to a really great life, actually, and it was a really sad day. And at the end of saying goodbye to everybody, they finally gave him to me.
Hard to say goodbye, I'm sure.
He said goodbye to the guy who helped him out.
It's not like saying goodbye.
It's a tail wagon.
Yeah.
You ready? Come on, let's go this way. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah.
And then we headed home.
And that's the way he's acting now.
I know.
And he's still
Jack, you're on national television. Please, behave yourself.
Jack.
And Jack loves.
Oh, Jack.
Jack, let's see if we can get him to stand up. Jack, stand up.
Oh, Jack.
Jack, come here. Who's this? Who's
Jack.
Who is that? Get him.
Jack.
I don't think he can reach back there.
This could get ugly.
It could get exciting.
I hear that Jack does some impressions.
He does. Will you hold the cookie? Because I'm going to show.
Okay.
I don't know if camera 3 or 2 or I don't know, whatever one's going to get him.
Jeff will find
He does a couple of impressions because he doesn't just do tricks like any other dog. No, he does impressions. So this is his first impression. This is a Shar-Pei.
A Shar-Pei.
Okay. You got to get tight now on these. Okay. This one is. He's a little rambunctious. I don't know if these are going to work. This one is my producer.
Now, your producer doesn't have that many teeth.
Yeah. Where's that? That might be Dracula or Nancy Kerrigan. I can't remember. Okay, and then the final one, for all of you folks out there who follow the modeling world, this is Kate Moss' dog. It doesn't really... He's chewing, but I want you to give him a cracker, but first you have to ask him for a shake. Jack, have a seat? Yeah, well, look, but do it for Lori.
Do you shake for me?
Do the other hand.
Oh.
So well
Oh, here you go.
All the training, down the tube.
Jack's a lover, not a shaker.
Obviously, I'm not a dog person.
Give me a shake,
Give me a
Jack.
shake.
So well
Jack's
trained.
my hand
Tune into the
instead.
Pet Department weekdays at 2:30. I promise you'll shake. Give me a shake.
Steve Walker,
Yeah.
Jack, thank you very much.
I can't can't do that.
Tom, are you a dog person?
I'm just, yeah, I love dogs, particularly dogs that do impressions. I don't know, call me a softie. We're going to take a break. Rich, you eating this? And we'll be right back with more Breakfast Time. Free food.
If you ever plan to motor west, take my way, the highway, that's the best.
Yes, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Hello, Eileen. Hello, Eileen. We're here at the Route 66 Diner. Diner.
John, are we going to go from here into the kitchen?
I'll point out this guy's shirts. 1, 2, 3.
John, can
and
you
then
hear
we'll
me?
go back around here. Yes, I can hear you. How you
Okay,
doing?
great.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yep.
Fine. Hi, Lori.
It's dark over there. Oh, there are the lights on now.
All right, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes.
2 minutes. So, Lincoln.
2 minutes.
Number 2, get back to work, get back to work. Get this thing done.
Why wouldn't the left hand know what the right hand is doing? Laurie? Tom?
Thank you, Jim. Hi there, Skycam. How are you? We're here in the FX apartment in the ballroom, and is everybody happy here? You having a good breakfast? We have Bob Hammond, is that right?
That's correct.
And Bob, where are you from?
I'm from Ladder Construction.
Well, good to have you here, and how's the breakfast going?
Very well,
What's the best menu item?
It's the eggs omelet.
The eggs omelet, yeah. And how many have you had?
At 4.
Oh, good. Thanks for saving some for the host. Appreciate that a lot. We have special guests here. It's a special day. It is our debut day. We welcome you to it. FX starting with the largest cable launch in history into 18 million homes. We are thrilled that your home is one of them. And Laurie, you're going to take us somewhere out there again.
I am, Tom, but before I do that, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you locate my mother for me? She's in there somewhere.
Where's Laurie's mom? Laurie's mom alert.
She'll be back in a minute.
Oh. Laurie?
What?
Laurie, she's powdering her nose.
No.
Yes, she is.
Bad timing, Mom. You almost got a shot on national TV. Oh, well. Where are right now, as part of Breakfast Time, we like to take you across the country. Today, we are at the Route 66 Diner in Tulsa, Oklahoma. John Davis is there with a group of people who are, I guess, our first critics, John. And how are we doing?
We're doing fine. Lori, it's our first day. You're already saying, hi, Mom? Come on. Hi, Mom. My mom's watching in Daytona Beach, Florida. Hey, we're out here at the Route 66 Diner. As you know, Route 66 is the main street of America. It's the mother road, 2,400 miles from Los Angeles to Chicago. And along the way, there are some very, very interesting stops. And this is definitely one of them. Look at this place, the Route 66 Diner. Everyone say hello. Here we go. Yes.
Hey.
Yes, we were going to sing the song for you, but no one knows it. You know the song. Do you know the song? Get your kick
on Route 66.
Very good. Very good. They have some very interesting things on the menu here, Lori. And look at this. More human billboards. This place is packed with just walking road signs. Look at this guy. Very nice. Is this traditional Tulsa attire?
You know, I almost wore that this morning.
He's your basic Tulsan. Okay. Look at this. Check this out, guys. This is one pancake. It's not even the large. Lori, this one's for you. We're bringing it back.
Thank you. I'll put it right on my size. Thank you.
You know, it's funny. Reading the menu here, there are things that you've never heard of. Check this out. Get a shot of this, Lincoln. There's something called the sausage thang. You want to know what it is?
Sure.
So do we. Let's check it out. This is the kitchen. Debbie, we need a sausage thing in here. Come on back. Come on back. This is Debbie, and she owns the place here. She was here at 4:30 this morning baking. Look at this. Doesn't this look good?
4:25 when I got here.
That's right, 4:25. All right, one of the things on your menu is the sausage thang. What is it? Give us a quick rundown.
The thing is this right here, sausage and peppers and onions, and we're going to scramble eggs, put 5 kinds of cheese, and it's going to be just beautiful.
And this is extremely low fat, right?
Oh, yeah, this is good for you.
Now, I got to tell you, I was in here the other day, and I couldn't finish mine. Have you ever had anyone who's ordered more than one?
Sorry. Maybe you should, take more time to breathe and stuff.
More time to breathe.
Yeah, while you're eating, you just don't want to keep whooping until it's all gone. Slow down a little bit.
That's the trick to the sausage thing. Take time to breathe. Okay, how many of these do you sell a day?
Oh, 40, 50.
40 or 50? I'm not in your way, am I?
Oh, no. Okay, here's with the cheese, you guys.
Okay.
Here, see all the cheese there, different kinds. Okay, ready? Let's put it on the plate and put it down.
Okay, here we go. This is it, folks. You're watching it being delivered right here at the Route 66 Diner, the sausage thang.
This is Oklahoma. This
Present
is
it to us.
Here you go, right here. We whip you a little hash brown.
Look at this. Look at this home cooking here.
Oh, my.
All right, guys. We're going to go back to your party. I'm going to eat my sausage thang, and we're going to be back with some Tulsa critics when we come back.
John, you just throw that into a FedEx box for me and have it here for me by this afternoon, would you?
It's yours, Lori.
Thank you very much.
We'll put it on a plane.
Okay. Thanks, John Davis. We'll be checking back with him later. It sounds like they're having a lot of fun. Right now, Tom is with probably one of my favorite people in the world. I'm very excited. I hope I'm throwing the right thing, Isaiah, because I did this wrong the other day. But if you're with who I think you are, Tom, just roll that music, babe.
Well, before we roll the music, hold on just a second. I just think we found, with apologies to Chuck Woolery, a love connection here. How about if we hook the woman up in Tulsa who makes the mutant pancakes with the butterfly guy who blends pianos with butterflies?
I think that's a great idea.
It's kismet, isn't it? This is morning television, and it seems an appropriate place to welcome one of the veterans of morning television whom I grew up watching, and I think now, Maestro, if we could have the music. Yeah, we have a very special guest here, helping us through our debut, Captain Kangaroo, Bob Keeshan. How about a hand? This is such a treat.
My name is Tom Bergeron. You got it wrong, but that's okay. How are you?
I am fine.
Yeah, you holding up?
So far,
Yeah,
Bob, so far.
You look relaxed.
I don't have 2,000 muscles like those butterflies, but I'm doing all right.
This is really an impressive place. Really very nice. Really rent controlled?
It is, actually.
Yeah.
It is. See, it's the only way Fox could afford it after the football
Well,
right.
I know. No, I know that Rupert looked long and hard for a place like this. Most New York apartments with a ballroom are under rent control. Yes.
Now, do you think, I mean, going back to your years on television, and look, you used to be on CBS, and we got you, too!
You know, that's kind of unkind, because Larry Tisch does not want to start a day like that.
I'm sorry, but it's so me. Let's walk if we could. I need to have a private conversation with you. You've seen the show now for, it's almost 45 minutes.
You want me to be honest?
Be honest. Tell me, how's it going? Do you think it has a chance of flying? I mean, what?
Well, I love live television.
Yeah, I know you do.
I think it's very, very good.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you learn how to do live television, this is going to be just fine.
What do you think I should do that I'm not doing?
Oh, I think you're doing very well.
Yeah.
I worked with you before, Tom.
Yes, that's right in Boston.
I know exactly what to expect from you. No, you're doing very well, and this is really the way to do television.
Bob, can we check with you periodically through the balance of the show?
Well, I hope so.
You just go rest with our other Bob.
Okay.
In here. In
Be
our,
careful.
Just relax. You take it easy.
You don't have a net, do you?
We may before this show's over. I'll tell you, Bob Keeshan, Captain Kangaroo himself, is going to help us coach us through this, and we'll be right back with more of Breakfast Time right after this.
There's something wrong with that clock, but I just can't put my finger on it. Now let's get back to the good hands people, Tom and Laurie.
Thank you, Jim. If you're just joining us, this is the premiere broadcast of Breakfast Time on FX. It's the first day of FX. It's an exciting day for all of us. Before we get into chatting with Jane Wallace, here's Tom with a news update.
Thanks, Lori. And here are some of the stories we're keeping track of on this Wednesday, June 1st. There is a new chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee this morning. Dan Rostenkowski stepped down after a 17-count indictment was announced yesterday. The Illinois Democrat is accused of illegally using nearly $700,000 of taxpayers' money for his own personal works and lavish gifts. Roste says he's innocent. Sam Gibbons of Florida is replacing him as the new chairman. In Florida, some people are blaming budget cuts for 5 drownings over the Memorial Day weekend. Officials are now having to go over their decision to pull lifeguards off 12 miles of beaches to save $100,000 a year. Family members say that decision has cost lives. Finally, most Americans say they could care less about President Clinton's sex life. It's Warren Harding's sex life. That's according to a new poll. 71% say that's an issue between the president and Hillary. 62% of those people say that even if they knew for sure he'd been unfaithful, it wouldn't affect their vote, which could either be good or bad news for the president. Lori, I don't know which.
You know, I heard Hillary was polled, and even she doesn't care about the president's sex life.
It could well be.
What can you do? And now for our crack meteorological weather forecast, here's Jim.
Okay, folks, take a look at this weather map, and then look outside. Now look at the weather map, now look outside, and then try to decide which one you really believe. Can we see the high temperatures for today? Okay, you see that the nucleus of the red corpuscle has a brown protective rim, keeping the yellow mucal fluid from flowing in. It also keeps the green stuff out, but there you go. That's it, Lori.
Thanks, Jim, very much. We're trying to get settled here in the, for the first time we've had like a jam up in the study. I wish you guys could see, like a press conference in here. And really it should be, because Jane, isn't it? We've got like 4 cameras pulled on us. But I wanted to talk to Jane Walsh, who's the host of Under Scrutiny, our news show that airs from 8 to 8:30 every night, doesn't it?
That would be live, 8 to 8:30.
Live,
yes,
baby, live. But that's not new to you, is it?
No, it's not new to me. It's fun, isn't it?
It is. It's
How about that live television, Lori?
Well, you know, we break vases, and you never know what's going to happen.
You know, they tried to push that puppet idea on my show, but I just didn't think it'd go well. I thought, you know, when someday we'd have Henry the K on and he'd object to the guy with the feathers.
Oh, you weren't at the last meeting, were you?
No.
Well, Bob's yours, babe. So listen, how'd you get started in the business?
Oh, God, ancient history. You know, I was an intern like everybody else.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Whereabouts did you intern?
Pretty much, you know, it took me about 4 or 5 internships to get up to that paid job. I interned in Washington, D.C., actually, at a station that's no longer WTOP, but was then, and then worked in Hartford, Connecticut. And
So you always knew you wanted to do news, obviously.
Well, they bumped me up because I was incompetent when it came to spelling the chirons. You know, the letters that appear. Yeah,
You started as a chiron
Yeah,
operator?
I could script the weather slides like you wouldn't believe. And then, what do we do to get this gal out of here? Well, let's give her a job out in the field.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Now, how has journalism changed for women that you've seen over the years?
Gosh, has it?
I don't know.
Where could we change? It changed a little bit. You know, we're here. Somebody's paying us.
Yeah.
It has changed a little bit. It's opened up a little bit. Not enough as far as I'm concerned.
Still working at it?
Oh, well, you know, this morning I'm actually trying to work up to Perky. How am I doing? Just not,
I don't know, Tom, how's she doing?
Help, Tom, help!
I don't think I'll be much help.
Have you had a most fulfilling job, besides, of course, this one?
Actually, I'm looking forward to this one because I was doing, for the last year, I was doing a show called Equal Time on a rival cable network. And it was fun and it was funny, but I kind of missed doing serious work. So I'm actually very much looking forward to Under Scrutiny.
And we're so glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Like I'm the host of the network or something. We're glad to have you here, Jay. Well, we're proud to have you here at FX.
We're glad to have you too, Lori.
Thank you very much. I have to go do some birthday stuff, but
Well,
excuse me.
Just, you know, take care of the puppet for me.
Okay. Tom?
Jane is looking forward to doing some serious work, especially after this broadcast this morning.
I think Jane kind of has taken a liking to me, kind of has the hots for me. What do you think, Tom?
I think that she needs therapy, if that's true. I think there's no question.
Right.
It's just a feathers thing.
It's a feathers thing.
Nah, she's been looking for a man with no hands.
Okay. One of the things that we want to do is encourage you to send in mail to us. Everything from letters of what you feel about the shows on FX to suggestions to kids' pictures. I've got them right here.
I'm like,
here, you can
they didn't feel the mail.
No, here you go. These actually come to us courtesy of one of our own family members, John Davis, who is in Tulsa. Can we see John? Because John was giving you a hard time earlier when you asked to see your mom in the audience who had stepped out to powder her nose just for a minute.
We're going to get up with her later.
We've got some artwork from John's nieces, I believe. Is that right, John? These are your nieces who did this?
Yes, I understand. They are my nieces. Let's see. I don't know who did what.
This is from Lindsay, and it's Uncle John on TV.
That's right. If you notice, it says, "This is a good show."
Yeah,
that's my niece Lindsay, and she likes watching Uncle John on TV.
Yeah, and this one's by Amber. It's the same thing, Uncle John on TV. Wait, we'll get
our first piece of non-threatening
It's funny, they all sent pictures of Uncle John on TV.
Well, these
Yes,
will go right
Amber-
on the fridge.
Amber is my other brother's daughter, and they all sent in pictures of Uncle John on TV.
The third one, we do not have a name for this one, John.
Yeah.
Is this one of... Did you do this one, or...
That looks like Uncle John Rockstar.
Yes, I think that's from my other niece Kelly, and that's Uncle John plays the congas.
Okay. Elvis has left the auditorium.
So what do you think about the artists in our family? Will we make the grade?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Picasso raised a few eyebrows when he was this age, too.
That's right.
Let's find out, though, where you can send us your stuff to. Jim, what's that address?
We want you to write us at Breakfast Time, P.O. Box 824, Madison Square Station, New York, New York, 10159-0824.
And might there be a fax number, a phone number?
I would hope so, and it is. The fax number is 212-802-4208, and our telephone number, if you're so inclined, is 212-802-4054.
Did someone goose you in the middle of that fax number?
It makes breakfast time for me.
Yeah, stay away from those eggs, okay, Jim?
It's a sausage thing. You wouldn't understand.
Well,
take us out.
You bet I will. Hey, young girls, come back. You're going to see Spencer in the park with hula hoops, maybe in spandex. Play that funky music, cable band.
Cool. Was there cheese hanging off my face?
Come on, heart attack.
That come off?
Yeah, that went up there. Okay. Bump, bump, We have a remote whip up at 7:06. We have a remote.
Doing anything.
40 million Frenchmen can too be wrong, but never Tom or Laurie.
That's good to know. Well, if you saw the movie The Hudsucker Proxy, it was the fictional account of the invention of the hula hoop. The film was fictional and the account was fictional. However, the hula hoop remains one of the most popular American toys. And as we're finding out today, it's also a great way to exercise. Spencer Garbutt is in the park where hula hooping mania has taken over. Spencer, how are you?
Pretty good. We're having one hula hooping of a good time out here at Madison Square Park. Some of these people, if you'll get a note of them over there, they think we're absolutely out of our mind. And maybe we are. We're just a little loony. Hula hooping is actually the most popular toy of today, believe it or not, and it's inexpensive too. So I'm here with Patricia Moreno to talk about the benefits of hula hooping without getting speared by one. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Now, how do we hula hoop? What is our correct technique?
Well, actually, I just learned yesterday.
Oh, okay. Actually, we've been up all night
We have been practicing. Actually, I've gotten it now.
Go ahead.
But what I found is if you have your feet slightly apart,
okay,
knees bent, you give it a gentle push.
Okay, now if you have a hula hoop at home, please feel free to join in with us.
This is a safe exercise to perform at home.
There you go.
But the most common mistake people make is trying to spin the hoop too hard or trying to rock too much. It's just gentle.
Oh, it's a gentle little rocking thing.
It's a gentle little rocking thing.
Little rocking thing.
But you know what? It's really good because
why's that?
By having your knees bent like this and apart, it shifts your weight from back to front, which works and tones your legs, believe it or not. And also this rocking motion, where you have to tighten up your abdominals, really works your abs.
Look,
the abs.
it works.
Maybe I need to do a little more hula hooping, huh? But I might. But it is. It's really good because it firms up the abs. The rotating works the outer part of the abdominals, the obliques, but it also loosens up your lower back. So you've been sitting around in the office all day, pick up a hoop, loosen up your back, you have a great time.
Great, so it's good for you too. Now,
it is good
walk
for you.
me through this, hold my mic.
I will walk you through it. Okay, your right foot a little bit or your left behind. A gentle push, gentle, there you go. Oh, you almost had it. A little more rocking, a little more. There you go, and he's got it! Woo, not bad, not bad.
Yeah, well,
I can feel the abs tighten. It works. I can feel it.
Thank you very much. We're going to go explore, continue to keep hula hooping. We'll go visit some of our fellow hula hoopers. I think it's time for a decaf, Tom, because for starters, these people have been working. They seem pretty energetic. And, excuse me, ma'am, do you like hula hooping?
Oh, I love it. I do it every day. Every day.
And that's why you're so perky now, isn't it?
Yeah, every morning.
Oh, good. Well, I'll try to get through this meteor shower of hula hoops without getting speared, and we'll see. Mima, how are you today?
Great. Couldn't be better.
Good. And do you like hula hooping or what?
I love it, Spencer. I'm going out and buying my own.
And you look so fit and trim, if I might say. Keep it up. Now we're going to go back to the specialist back here. I think this man has quite a unique way of hula hooping. It seems a little bit dangerous, and it's also part of our health plan here at FX. We hula hoop 15 minutes every day before we go on the air to keep us fit, trim, happy, and perky. And you, sir, what kind of wild tricks can you do with this hula hoop?
Not too many. That's why it's around my neck.
And that's why you're standing in the back here, isn't it? Okay. Well, I think that's about all the hula hooping we have time for today. But Gwen will be back to give us more hula hooping madness when we return. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Spencer. And could you send a couple of those hula hoops up to the apartment, and Tom and I will get people in the ballroom doing it, too.
Absolutely. Nothing like people in suits hula hooping.
Exactly. We say that all the time. Oh, it's really clearing out in there. They're dropping like flies. What happened?
I know.
Right now, you know, the first day is incredibly stressful here at FX. We're trying to make it a smooth transition, but we're all very excited. And here to help us through this difficult time is Dr. Reed Moskowitz, and I believe he's with Tom.
Yeah, he is, and I'll introduce him officially in a second, but that overhead shot concerned me in the ballroom. I'm going in there for a second. Hold on a second. Hey, you're on! Good, that's better, that's better. They've been drinking like fish since about 2 in the morning. No anxiety in there, Doctor. Dr. Reed Moskowitz is with us. He is a professor at the NYU Medical Center and a psychiatrist and will be one of our regular FX contributors here. You're also a mind-body specialist, the relationship between mind and body.
Right, that's all about healing. We now know that the mind, the body, and the spirit are one. So in healing, we have to take into account our feelings as well as our physicality.
So everybody in the ballroom about 2 drinks ago started having out-of-body experiences.
Right.
Yeah.
As they were leaning over.
That's right. Now, for all of us here, this is our debut day. 18 million homes, largest launch in cable history. It would be safe to assume there's a little first day on the job anxiety around here.
Oh yeah, that was the line to the bathroom that you saw
Yeah,
earlier.
exactly right. Exactly right. Is that a natural thing? I mean, is that something to be expected?
Absolutely, because this is stress. I mean, this is performance. This is it. This is live TV. So everybody gets their adrenaline system up and they're pumped. And there are simple techniques so that you can use to stay calm.
All right, and before we get to those, just quickly, what are some other ways, other than bathroom lines, that stress can manifest itself?
Okay, a sleepless night. Difficulty in terms of being more irritable and short-tempered and yelling at people because, you know, you just can't suffer any fools because you're so worried and you're so focused. And appetite change. Many people lose their appetite. They can't eat.
Unlike the people in the ballroom.
Unlike the people in the ballroom. But I think since you were in there, they try to straighten it out.
Yeah, sure. See, that was short-temperedness on my part. Yeah. You're off. All right. Now let's go to the ways that all of us can help relax.
Very simple, effective ways. First is a breathing technique. Watch my hands. It's the hand over my belly that's going to move. I exhale. You see the air coming out. And then as I gradually inhale, so my tummy
instead
expands.
Of the lungs, instead of the chest.
Lungs. You see, because then we get the lungs really expand, 10 times more oxygen, everything can relax.
All right, what else?
Can you do that and hula hoop at the same time?
No, only if I suck my thumb.
I want to see that.
That's why he's in therapy. Yeah. What else can you do?
Okay, now, here we have something that was actually contributed by one of the staff members, Stacy.
Yeah.
Now, this painting is what Stacy uses when she wants to relax. You can see that this is a nice seaside scene, nice calm colors, blues and pinks, the sky, the water. This is sort of like a meditative exercise.
Yeah. Any type of creative visualization or meditation.
And you can make your own scene. You can imagine a calm scene at the beach. Okay. And the other thing is, we get a lot of tension in our muscles because we're really wired. Just shake it out. Just loosen it up. Just get up. Shake a leg. Exactly. And then we get the music going, and you're all loose.
Music would be a good thing. Now, can we have the appropriate music while I do a check with our special guest? Maestro, if you would, please. Yeah. I want to check with Bob Keeshan, Captain Kangaroo himself, who's helping us out with our... Oh, he's shaking. He's relaxing. He and Bob. Bob, how are we doing right now?
5-year payout, you know.
Yeah,
so.
but residuals apply that you're going to be on television after today.
Oh.
See, you got to look forward if you want residuals.
Oh, Bob just insulted the puppet. That's really not a good way to start. We'll be right back.
Very nice.
Yeah, a little rouge couldn't hurt, right? It looks good. Make it look like you're alive in a way. Which, of course, I'm not. Let's see, Lori. Here you go.
know, it's like waking up on the floor of a 7-Eleven. It's counter-programming by Tom and Laurie.
Thank you, Jim. You know, it is... Are we, okay, good. I heard music and I didn't know whether we were in the ballroom again or not, looking for my mother. We're going to do that later. Before the end of the show, we're going to locate that woman. Apparently she's still in the bathroom. You know, plants are a great way to decorate any apartment, especially this one, and they also clean the air in any room, which is very exciting. However, I, Laurie Hibbard, am a plant murderer. Everything I touch dies. I don't know why. And here to tell me why and maybe help me is Cassandra Dans, otherwise known as Mrs. Green Thumb. Thank goodness you're here. All I do is murder plants.
Well, a lot of people do, and the reason that they murder plants is because sometimes they're overprotective. They're more like, too much like a Jewish mother, you know? They hover over it too much. However, that's not the problem with this plant. And today I want to show that anybody can resuscitate a plant, and you can make it come back to life. You don't have to just throw it away. Like most people, if they looked at this, poor, sad sack would throw it away, right? Yeah. Wouldn't you?
Cassandra, would you resurrect this plant?
This plant will be gorgeous again. Not by the end of the show, but soon, very soon. Now, what happened is that this plant is, in horticultural terms, we call this a leggy plant. Not leggy like Cindy Crawford, but it's ugly, actually, is what it is. It's not leggy.
Leggy people are ugly. I like that.
Right. What?
I said, or a plant like Suzanne Summers, but that's another story.
Oh, that's another story. It's got Vine Master. Right, okay. So what we're going to do now, what happened is this plant was sitting on a windowsill, and it was over here, and the sun was over here, so the plant did a lot of work, and it worked its way over to this side. So it's very sad and pathetic. So what we're going to do now is we're going to help it. The way I'm going to help it is by taking it off right here. Now, that's so cruel. She murdered it. She killed the plant. Oh, no.
S&M gardening.
That's right. But actually, the plant will love me for this. It will thank me for it. And the reason that it will, because it's got this big root system and on nothing to grow. So now all it's going to do is come up and grow like this, like in a commercial, but it's not. It'll take about... Ask me how long it'll take before this looks good again.
How long will it take before it looks good again?
About 4 weeks.
Really? Well, we're going to clock you on this, I'm telling you.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to look at is the roots, speaking of roots. So we're going to take it out of the pot. Okay. And this is how you take a plant out of a pot. Never be afraid of a plant. They can't bite.
What can they do? Hire a lawyer?
That's right. Yeah, they can. Actually, everyone does. Now, what you do is, I see, that this plant is indeed pot-bound. Can you see that, America? Yeah. It's pot-bound. It means that it needs a new flower pot, and just by chance, we have one right here.
It needs room to grow.
That's right.
Grow and expand.
Okay, now what I'm going to do is...
Look, Cassandra.
Oh, look. The Captain Kangaroo looking at the roots. Oh. They're roots.
Save yourself, Captain.
That's thrilling. Okay, now here's some buttons. I use buttons. You could use anything, really. You could use old underwear, but it rots. That's the only thing, as we know. Especially if you don't wash it. Okay.
Shame on you.
Shame on me. All right, so you put anything in the bottom of the pot to crock it, especially if you can't get out to the park to get some stones or something.
Okay, I'm getting the wrap sign here, so we got to do this fast.
Okay, then we're going to put this in here. Now, people think it's cruel to put a plant in a pot. It's not cruel.
As long as the pot's big enough.
That's right, and that the plant, if I put this plant outdoors in the winter, in New York City, it would die. So I'm doing it a favor by keeping it in the pot.
Okay, we're going to check 4 weeks, you say?
Okay,
we're going to check this. All right,
Sandra
Dan, buy her book, Mrs. Green Thumb. It is fantastic. It teaches you everything you need to know about gardening. We are in the 8 o'clock hour. We have 1 more hour of breakfast time, so you stay with us. Thank you so much.
Here we go. What is the sound of one rooster clapping? Well, you may be confused about that, but that one made even Tom and Laurie scratch their heads. And what it is, of course, breakfast time with Tom Bergeron and Laurie Hibbard.
Thank you, Jim. This is our second hour, our debut day, FX on the air in 18 million homes, largest cable launch in history. We're happy that you have invited us into yours. And, you know, we've been going to Bob Keeshan periodically. John in Tulsa and others have been asking people across the country how we're doing. I think, though, for an assessment of Laurie's career prospects, we should go to Laurie's mom, Barbara. How's your daughter doing so far?
She's doing beautifully.
Yes, yes. You have no comments, things she should do differently or anything like that?
At the moment, I wouldn't dare.
Because I'm standing right here. How dare you talk to my mother without me?
All right. Well, it's good to have you here. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Good. This is my first.
Yes, we was. Yes. Well, we all have to. Yeah, you got lost. That's why you weren't here. All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your breakfast. We have a number of invited guests here in the ballroom. And we are doing it, isn't this? We're already in the 8 o'clock hour.
Yeah, we're in the 8 o'clock hour. Did you see Mrs. Greenthumb?
She's wonderful. She is, I think you touched on what I've come to expect from her, because during our rehearsal weeks, Mrs. Greenthumb was here with us as well.
She's called the Madonna of gardening.
She really is sort of
Marquis de Soil.
Yes, exactly. Good
Very
one,
good.
Jim.
Marquis de Soil is good. You should know we're going to be taking you all across the country if you are just joining us. We welcome you to breakfast time. It is the kickoff show on FX every day. Yeah, we're going to get to Rewind. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Oh, we have a special moment to give you.
Liza's only been working with us an hour. She's already pushy, aren't you, Liza?
Yes.
Let's give you a highlight from the last hour. Well, what we're calling a highlight anyway. Here's what happened when we first attempted to move around the apartment.
Speak up.
Come over here. Is there anything?
Oh, we've had our first casualty on FX.
Look at this. Oh, my heavens. Look at this.
This is a disaster. This is an absolute disaster.
I just want to show you, folks, what happens when you risk live television. As you'll find out later on our collectible show, Personal FX, this, from the Napoleonic era, was worth $715,000. Rupert Murdoch is watching this, and as a result, you're watching our final day on FX. That's right. That's our first hour highlight. So if you're just, yes, Bob's.
Mom was right. Don't run in the apartment.
You're right.
Next time, carry scissors, Tom.
This is Bob, our puppet friend. Bob Keeshan, if you can sneak out past all that felt. What?
He broke a lamp in here before.
Did not.
I calculate he broke the lamp, and you broke that wonderful statuette.
Yeah.
I figure that 5 days a week, 2 hours a day, it'll be no time before you have absolute nothing left to do.
Can I ask you something? Did the moose ever give you trouble like this?
All the time.
All right.
All the time.
Bing bong bong. For now, thanks, Bob. We'll check back with the captain. All right, I'm going to run over here, and we're going to go across the country and introduce you to our friends and family members who are in various and sundry places. First, you've heard of Splendor in the Grass. We go to Spencer in the park, Madison Square Park, where he has become a hula hooping expert. Spencer, what's on tap for this hour?
Is that it? Hey, we're back here with the International Hula Hooping Convention, and Tom, the sound of hula hooping is just deafening, so I really can't hear you. And we'll be back later with more hula hooping fun, so see you later. All
right, Spencer is with the group of aerobic vixens we've come to call the Spandex Rangers, who are part of our breakfast time warm-up every morning at 6:30 with fitness expert Patricia Moreno. Let's go right now to Jillian Hamilton, who's still at Butterfly World in Coconut Creek, Florida. Jillian, dare I ask where you are in Butterfly World?
Like I told you, here at Butterfly World, they have practically doubled the butterfly population. Now, remember before we talked about pupa or pupa? These guys? Well, that's poop-poop. Now, I wouldn't ordinarily show excrement on TV, but it's just to show you that these guys are eating machines. They eat and they poop. Well, when you come back later, I'm going to show you, Ron and I are going to show you how you can attract butterflies to your own garden.
And I want to remind you watching, we are your breakfast companion. Let's go to the Route 66 diner where eating has stopped suddenly and find out what else is going on. A lot of people asking for their checks after that, right, John?
Oh, man, I'll tell you, that was very appetizing. All right, we already told you about the sausage thing, which has nothing that comes from butterflies, if you know what I mean. But we are going to tell you about some of our critics, some of our friends that we've met here in Tulsa. We're going to see how the show's going. It's the first day. See what's going on. This is my buddy Tiny. Tiny, if I can pull you away from your breakfast, how's the show going?
It's going great, bud. Everything looks real good. And kind of like them girls with them hula hoops.
Yeah, like the girls with the hula hoops. Direct from Tiny here at the Route 66 Diner in Tulsa. Don't go away because we're going to be back talking to our buddies here.
All right. Careful, John. Tiny once took out David Hartman. And I mean Busted him up bad. Yeah, live. Let's go into our study where Lori, after the FX News Orchestra, will give us a look at today's top stories.
Thanks, Tom. Here's what you need to know to get you through your day. There has still been no reaction from the Rostenkowski camp. That's since yesterday's 17-count federal indictment. The congressman hasn't been seen, and the only comment is from his answering machine. It says, "We have no statements to issue, we have no schedule, we have no bananas." He has a sense of humor, too. No, really, it does say that. Honest to God. And in Illinois, the federal judge says a school holiday for a Good Friday is unconstitutional. The judge ruled Good Friday is solely a religious holiday, so making it a school holiday is forcing Christianity on the students. Provo, Utah is in a state of emergency today because of a horrible windstorm. Gusts of up to 120 miles per hour ripped through the city yesterday, hurting at least 15 people. It left half the city without power and damaged buildings at Brigham Young University. And finally, Barbra Streisand is raking in the dough. Not only is she making a ton of money from ticket sales, but also from concert-related merchandise. Babs fans are spending about $20 per person for show memorabilia. Tom, are you going to go to that concert?
Well, you know, if her throat problems continue, it's going to be like watching Marcel Marceau, isn't it? She'll be like walking against the wind on stage.
Indeed.
Speaking of wind and other meteorological possibilities, let's check with Jim to see what the weather's like across the country. Jim?
Well, you know, the weather's a lot like the life cycle of a butterfly.
How so?
I mean, check out Washington and Phoenix there. That's like a beautiful flying thing, but you check down where New Orleans is, it's more like the pupa. Is that the way to pronounce it? And in Miami, a little pupa. And in San Francisco, it's less than pupa. So anyway, let's look at the high temperatures. And there they are, spread out sort of like a color wheel. You know, the cool colors in the north, the warm colors in the south. That's enough color theory for now. Laurie?
Actually, it's Tom, Jim, but that's all right. You were looking at your maps. I have here with me Ed Kaloff at our Yamaha piano, which is one of our key pieces of furniture. And you've been one of our key players on FX. Let me go over this side so we don't upstage you here. Ed, you are the one who has written all the theme music for FX?
Yes. The theme for the breakfast show.
Right.
And a little personal, with lots of others.
Lots of others, yeah.
7 or 8 other shows.
This is a lot earlier than you're usually up.
Usually not this early.
I think I wrote the theme. I'm not really sure.
I'm not really sure.
Can you play us out to a break?
Sure.
All right. The music of Ed Kaloff, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Well, we're gonna take a little break right here. We'll be right back, so stay right there. Wow, ba ba doo, ba 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 down. Yeah.
You know, it could be the second and third best way to start your day. And starting now with Tom and Laurie.
Thank you, Jim. We take you now back to Tulsa, where John Davis has been chowing down at the Route 66 diner. And let's see what he has for us this hour. John!
Debbie! Or Debbie.
Debbie!
Debbie's the owner here. You're Laurie. Hey, we're here. We're chowing down at the Route 66 diner. I still have chow in my mouth. And we have some friends here who are watching FX on TCI cable, and we thought since this was our premiere episode, we wanted to get some feedback and see how we're doing. You up for that, Laurie?
Oh, yeah, as long as it's kind, okay.
As long as it's kind. Okay, now, who did you like? You said specifically there was someone that you've seen on the network that you like so far.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a pretty good judge of character, and I think you got a talented personality. Jack, the studio dog.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, man. You know, we saw Jack do a lot of impersonations. I want to see him do Jack Nicholson. That's who I want to see. All right, let's go around. Let's talk to some more of our friends here in Tulsa. You need me to... Great, I'm serving food here. Here we go.
Well, you have to make yourself useful, John.
What's funny about the Route 66 diner, this is no joke. People go behind the counter, pour their own coffee, serve their own whatever. Look at these ladies. They're pretending like they're reading the paper, but they're really watching the show. What do you think of the show so far, and is FX on your crossword puzzle?
No, FX isn't on my crossword puzzle, but I like the show a lot. Being young, I really think it appeals to young people, and I think I'm having a lot of fun here.
Okay, did you have the sausage thing?
No, 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 no. I had an omelet with 3 fillings.
Yes, and a huge pancake.
And a huge pancake that I could not finish.
Okay, so we're getting good reviews. The food's getting excellent reviews here. This outfit is too much. Check this out. Wonderful. Love the tie. Love the tie. Now, this lady here really likes somebody who's hanging out in the park today.
Spencer.
Spencer, now, do you think we should...
Stand in line, lady.
Oh, stand in line, she said.
He's really cute. I like his conservative good looks.
His conservative good looks. Now, they're wanting to get Spencer in spandex. Would you approve if we saw Spencer in spandex?
I don't think I would appreciate Spencer in spandex.
You don't? Why not?
Well, it's just, he's so cute, just like he is.
All right. Now, we're here at the Route 66 Diner. What is it about this place? Why is this such a popular local spot?
Well, because of Debbie. She's great. Her personality just makes this place. It's part of Tulsa. Look at the building. Look at the ceiling. It's wonderful. It's been restored. It's beautiful.
And we met Debbie early. Where is Debbie? Debbie, come here. Don't run away from me. Debbie is not only the owner and chef, she's also the hostess here. Come here, Debbie. She's been working so hard in the kitchen, baking and cooking.
Baking.
Now, have we been good guests, really?
Yes, very nice.
Okay,
very
now,
nice.
we
Say it
said
like you mean it, Debbie.
Say it like you mean it.
Oh, it is really.
She does mean it.
I really appreciate it. It's lovely.
As we said, FX is going to be traveling the country, visiting all sorts of people. And like relatives who come with a dog, you have to accommodate our satellite truck. Other than that, we're fine. So, Debbie, things have been good here?
Yes, you can bring your truck back any old time.
Okay, we were mentioning Route 66 and how interesting this place is, the stops along the way. What is it about the vibe of Route 66? How is it different?
Oh, yeah, it's just old American. It's what America really is, the big thing, for sure. You know, before it got sterile. You know what I mean.
That's right. And FX is about what America really is. And we're going to be all over the place bringing you interesting people and wonderful adventures.
John Davis, thank you very much. Tom,
thank you, Lori. It is Lori, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about Debbie just a minute. Tom, is it me or does Debbie look a lot like Nancy Kerrigan?
Yeah, she does, actually. And I think it's important to note, Debbie, since you represent America before it got sterile, stay away from that satellite truck. All right?
She doesn't like Tanya Harding either.
I just look that young, that's all.
Good. All right. By the way, to the woman who said that Spencer has conservative good looks, he's sort of like our cut-and-toned Rush Limbaugh. So glad you're appreciating that. We have with us a very special guest and an international star, actually, Russell Grant, astrologer Russell Grant. Russell, a pleasure.
Thanks, Tom.
How many shows do you host in England?
Well, I've got my main one in Britain. In fact, my boss is here. She's flown over from Britain. She's like my good luck charm. Her name's Diane. She's at the party.
Right.
All right, Diane. She's fine. Hang on in there, honey. Anyway, it's called Russell Grant's All-Star Show, and we're going all over the world, and we're seeing how astrology came into being, and it's very exciting, and lots of big guests on the first day, which is going to be in July. So,
can you drop a few names for us?
Well, we're after people like Shirley MacLaine, because she's heavily into the spiritualist side of things, isn't she? I rather like Roseanne Barr, but I gather here in America there is a sort of, some love her and some hate her.
I mean, I'd be interested in how you could have predicted what's... Her life has been like...
Scorpio,
she's a Scorpio?
Intense, obsessive, but I just adore her. I mean, in Britain.
She can be 3 different guests on your show.
Well, we'll have you on too, okay? And you know, we're talking about lookalikes, aren't we? Don't you think Laurie looks a bit like Mary Tyler Moore?
Oh.
You have that look.
Can you do something for me?
Do you just want her money, dear?
Very nice.
I usually get Jane Fonda, but Mary Tyler Moore.
Oh, yeah,
Mary Tyler Moore from the 60s, not Mary Tyler Moore today,
Oh,
right?
no, I haven't seen her today. I only saw her in the 60s, but you look great.
Oh, thanks, Russell. Russell, what sign are you?
I'm Aquarius, which is a sign of the astrologer, and I've been doing this for about, 10 years now. I started... Now, would you believe this is coincidences? 10 years ago, in January, I launched a breakfast station with 2 or 3 people, just like you, Frank and Selena, on a show called Breakfast Time.
Are they still on the air?
10 years ago, on the BBC.
Jim made a good point in the booth. Are they still on the air?
Well, Selena's now working for Sky TV, which of course is like Fox in Britain, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Frank, I don't know what Frank's doing.
Frank's doing.
Frank.
The heck with this. Did they have a puppet, and what happened to him?
Well, actually, Bob, I'll tell you what happened to him. He got his own show.
I'll make him crawl.
We'll be back in just a moment. You're going to come back later this hour with the astrological forecast for all of us.
We look forward to it.
And we'll be back after we have a little meeting with Bob's agent.
Yeah. Check, check, check. Hula hooping. This is going crazy.
Suppose there's a health benefit to that stuff that cakes up in your eyes when you first wake up? You know, I've never seen that on Lori or on Tom.
No, we have an air blaster that takes that right out, Jim, but thanks so much for thinking of us. This is our debut broadcast on Breakfast Time. As you just saw from Tulsa, Oklahoma, we're bringing you friends and family members from across the country, right across the street from us. As a matter of fact, right over here, across Fifth Avenue in Madison Square Park, is Spencer Garbett and the Spandex Rangers, and they are there with their hula hoop. Spencer, what I'm going to do, because I'm a little concerned that the party in the ballroom, where the revelers have been there since 6 o'clock this morning, that the party's sort of winding down. See, you can see people waving goodbye already. I'm going to bring some hula hoops in there while you tell us about the health benefits with Gwen and Patricia. You take it away, Spencer.
It's Attack of the Killer Hula Hoop. Dun, dun, dun. gentlemen, we are here at the FX Breakfast Time Hula Hoop Camp, and we have Brendan McGee, our motivator, who's going to motivate everyone to hula hoop in the park, so go wrestle them up.
Well, thank you, Spencer, and let me start with you, darling. Get it on. I saw you a little bit earlier. Get it on. At least try, because you get a good workout by at least trying, okay? So let me go see how some of our hula hoopers are doing. How you doing? Everything?
I think I'm doing okay until you came by, baby. No, it's hard to talk and, like, get the hang of it.
No, it's good, though, but I see you got a nice little thing going. Do that dip thing again.
Well, I can only really do it when it falls down to bring it up. It's not a planned thing.
Okay, well, let's see how some more people are doing. How you doing? Get it going. Get it going.
I think I've mastered the art of bending over to pick it up because I keep dropping it.
Oh, you do? Try it again. Try it again and put your heart into it.
I'm trying, but it keeps falling down.
Okay, let me see something here. Let me see something. Yeah, okay, I prescribe about 15 more minutes for you. Go, go, go. Come on, let's go. Everybody put them smiles on your faces. Let's do it, let's do it. Now let's go see if we can get some regular people to do it. I don't know these people. This is totally not set up. This guy's running. Why are you running from me, sir? Don't you want to exercise? You're working.
Excuse me.
You certainly are going to be working now. Here, Rick, give him a thing.
Come on, here you go. Come on. There you go. All right, give yourself some room. And David Siegel. All right, we got him going here. You all right, ready? Go. Oh, wait, you hooked it on the chair. You got it on the chair. Oh, good. My God. Yeah. All right.
You know, when he goes back to Los Angeles, he's going to claim that chair was twice as big.
Thanks, You're welcome.
Wow.
Okay, back out to you.
Hula hooping will never be a team sport.
Good heavens.
I want some of those hula hoops in here. I think we could do good stuff with them, don't you? I am sitting here with the sound effects team. This is Karen Bryant and Orlando Jones and Matt Ostrom, and they are the sound effects team. They're going to bring you the best new music nightly. Now, how do you make this music show different from, you know, God, we say it, MTV or anything else that is out there?
Well, we actually converse and give opinions. At MTV, it's kind of like, here's another video. You know, like, nobody ever...
Just trash the other cable networks.
And we mean that in the nicest possible way. We really do.
Because either way, you're getting introduced to new music, but here you get three different, very different opinions. You know, we don't like everything, and we don't make nice.
Yeah.
You know?
Good.
I mean, what do you guys think of the Breakfast Time Orchestra?
It rocks.
Oh, absolutely.
It's got a great beat, and I can dance, too.
Okay, what are we doing tonight on the show?
Tonight on the show, actually, we have Chris Barron of the Spin Doctors. He's going to be here with us. And our first video toss is actually going to be a Smash or Trash segment where you can actually call in, tell us what you think of the video. So be a little gentle because Chris will be here with us. But if you don't want to, we can't stop you, of course. But in our first video will be Cleopatra's Cat, which is the Spin Doctors' new release. So we've got that tonight. We've got a lot of stuff, actually. We've got
a clip of Cleopatra's Cat, don't we?
Oh, we do, yeah.
Yeah, why don't we take a look at that now? It's got some really cool morphing techniques in it.
Cleopatra's favorite cat. Cleopatra's favorite.
That was actually shot in the Metropolitan Museum in Manhattan, which is a first. They don't really usually let people shoot videos in there.
Right.
So
and they let a rock band into the museum, which, I mean, is that not bizarre?
If you haven't been there, it's this whole Egyptian wing. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's a
Good
gorgeous
for the Spin
video.
You know, the Spin Doctors have a tough task ahead because that Two Princes was just way too popular for them, you know?
They actually have an interesting sort of thing going with them, at least this year, because the record company is saying that they sell records by touring. When they released their first album, they sold, I think, 1.5 million albums before they actually got MTV or radio play or anything. So they're looking to do the same thing this year. You know, I think Cleopatra's Cat's a nice track. And I did not like it when I first heard it, but it has grown on us. It really has.
That's interesting. And that's not just because they're coming on tonight.
No.
Listening.
Actually, we were doing a rehearsal last night, and Matt was, you know, somebody was sitting in as Chris Barron, and Matt goes, you know, I must tell you, when I first heard it, I didn't like it. So we'll be saying that to Chris.
I'm definitely the diplomat, because these guys will be really harsh, and I'm like, well, it's got its merits.
You know, we do want them to come back at some point and not hate us.
But it's cool. And we're also looking at, you know, sometimes you go to the movie and the movie like stinks, but the soundtrack's great. So we're going to talk about some new movies that are out where the soundtrack is worth buying more than the ticket of the movie.
Right, exactly. And sometimes, of course, vice versa. So we'll go back and forth on that sort of deal. And the other great thing I guess we have going on is Hits Around the World. We'll be talking about more stuff. Go ahead, talk about it, man. Hey.
We're gonna need. Okay.
Somebody tell me because we got to wrap this up.
Okay, well we're gonna take a look at hits from all around the world, from different countries, and also hits that are big here and in other countries.
That sounds great. Sounds like a winner, you guys. Good luck with that. We'll see you tonight on Sound Effects.
At 11 o'clock.
We're going to take a dip in the mailbag right now. Let's go.
Indeed, actually, it's a special day here. Not only the launch of FX this Wednesday, June 1st. Actually, this is a belated birthday greeting because we loved this in rehearsal yesterday, and we want to offer on the air a happy 124th birthday, Gary Stein. If you could bring this in to asphalt, invented 124 years ago yesterday. Lovely, Gary.
I'm feeling a little choked up.
I can imagine. I can imagine you would be.
Eat one less donut.
Excuse me?
Eat one less donut.
There you go. There you go, Bob. Also, today happens to be the birthday of the seismograph, born on this date in 1888.
Does that read earthquakes? Is that the seismograph?
Yeah, so our West Coast viewers are particularly fond of that, I would imagine. Do you want to do this check with Bob?
Oh, I'd love to, because you know me. I can't even speak to him. I'm so starstruck. But, Bob, can we go to the bedroom? How's Bob doing?
Maestro, music, please.
Ah.
Bob, how are we doing?
I think we've done a number of things. A few minutes ago, we established that your name is Lori, not Debbie.
Yeah.
And I think that was very, very positive. So I think it's going just fine.
Yeah. How about those hula hooping Fox executives, though, Bob? How did that play for you?
Oh, that was wonderful.
Yeah, thanks. Mr. Diplomacy.
That Aunt Sweeney, that hip movement.
Yeah.
She has it going on.
Well, I'll tell you.
Okay,
we'll be
we're
obviously
coming back.
saving more of that for sweeps. We'll be right back.
Stay with us.
On the new FX network broadcast.
And you'll save 20% with AT&T True USA Savings. Call now.
Life is good, and then you have coffee. So, go figure. Tom, Lori?
Thank you, Jim. One more cup for you. What do you say? Coming up on on the show, we are going to show you all the fabulous things that people are writing about us in the newspapers. But first, here's Tom with today's headlines.
Thank you, Lori. There is a new chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee today. Dan Rostenkowski stepped down after a 17-count indictment was announced yesterday. The congressman is accused of illegally using almost $700,000 for personal use. Sam Gibbons of Florida is replacing Rosti as chairman. A little wind problem here. And wind problems springing up all across the country. The Atlantic hurricane season starts today. That has many people preparing for the big one. You'll remember Hurricane Andrew back in 1992 was one of the costliest natural disasters in history. The City of Angels recuperating from a 3-day bout with the blue flu. Last night, L.A. was without almost half of its police force. The officers have been calling in sick to protest the latest contract offer. And finally, can you spell contest? Of course you can. Champion spellers from across the country are facing off today in the National Spelling Bee. The annual spell-off draws over 200 youngsters to Washington, D.C., where no doubt former Vice President Dan Quayle Laurie will be pitching his latest book.
Oh, that was a good one. I remember, I was trying to think of what it was he spelled wrong. It was potato,
Potato.
Right? Yeah.
You know what? I think I might have gone for the E, too. But then I'm not the Vice President.
And lucky for all of us, if you're not in here to spell weather, is Jim.
You know, a good way to think about the weather is it's like a hotshot executive with a hula hoop, you know? It goes around and round, but in no particular pattern, you know. And there we see the weather pattern right before us. And can we see those high temperatures? Okay, the 90s ones are hotter than the 80s and hotter than the 70s and 60s and so forth and so on. And as we get into wintertime, you'll see those numbers change.
And that's as good as the weather's going to get from us, folks. So, you know, normally we want to talk about something that's really hot in the media, and it just so happens that today we're hot in the media. Isn't that exciting? We have to blow our own horn today. We've got a couple of great articles about the launch of FX. First one is in the life section of USA Today, the national newspaper. There's a great, and actually there's a nice picture of Tom in just a minute. Where is it?
Actually, I look,
second page.
And really, this is good because I look best in gray hues. If you turn the color down, there you go.
There's Tom playing the piano. And it's a nice article. We also have an entire page in the New York Post, which is so cool. There's a nice picture of Steve Walker and
I
Jack.
understand Entertainment Tonight is running a piece this evening as well.
Well, yes, we're on the big ET tonight. And then there's this great, did you see this? This is a whole thing about how CNBC had a fire. And now they're saying that they realized FX was mad at them, but they didn't realize how mad. They're blaming us for the fire. I don't believe they're doing that. I think there might be. Throw down the gauntlet, man. We're going over there.
Yes, Bob.
Anything about me in any of those papers?
Do you know what, Bob? I think you were quoted somewhere, and I'll find it and I'll read it to you. Maybe.
Bob was quoted in USA Today.
Yeah.
They quoted a puppet.
I have my hand in everything.
USA Today.
Bob. In a manner of speaking, yeah.
Bob, what is your sign?
Yield right away.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, very much.
For all the rest of us of the human species, Russell Grant, astrologer to the stars, is now going to tell us what the future, what the stars have in store for us. Russell!
Hey, that Bob is big already. Laurie, you're an Aries by the looks of it, and I know, Tom, that you're a Taurus, so stay tuned with everyone else, because I'm going to come up with my FX Superstar of the Day. Now, it's time to wish upon a star and take our very first zip around the zodiac. Are you ready, Gemini? You're raring to go and want to get things done, but hold your horses, and then business will boom rather than go bust. Cancer. Your personality sparkles like a sapphire, and your love glows like a lustrous pearl. I tell you what, everything about you today is beautiful. Leo, a challenging day, but your fiery drive helps you surmount any domestic or career problems. Just keep your ego cool, cat. Now, Virgo, show me your tongue. Come on, don't be shy. Show us your tongue. Oh, formidable. You know, your words have a nerve and verve, leaving folk alive with your dynamic ideas and daring plans. Libra, my, you're looking good, babe. But if you've a yen to get ahead in your career, then create a fresh image to ensure your success. charmant. Scorpio. Oh, Scorpio, where's my shades? Oh, the starluck around you is razzle-dazzling. Don't be impatient, for a new, happy day is about to dawn for you. Sagittarius, power is nothing without control. So, channel your energy into health and employment, and you'll hit your target plumb on. Capricorn, have you got any forms or government communications you should have returned, reply, or be fined? You've still got time. Aquarius, that's me. And as for the rest of you, boy, are you going places, and I mean right to the top. But don't push your luck today, Aquarius. Let things take their natural course. Pisces, keep that calm faith you have in yourself and your God, and your cup will runneth over with the happiness you truly deserve. Aries, you're on a mission, Aries. That includes you, Laurie, but you won't get there any quicker by going mad with money. Give it time, and your day will come. Taurus, hot, hot, hot. That's you as you ooze sex appeal that leaves folk on fire with desire for you. Talk about irresistible. And if it's your birthday today, an energizing year, full of excitement and adventure. But you're only human, so take no big risks. But my sign of the day, what is it? It's Taurus, and that's you, Tom. You're the hot shot. No hot spots, complete without, and that's your lot.
Thank you, Russell.
Quit oozing that sex appeal. Stop it.
Especially on
You're
an
killing
expensive
me.
couch like this.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Please stay tuned. Coming up on Breakfast Time, we're going to head to Tulsa to talk to half of the Personal FX team, and we're also going to go back to Miami. Stick around.
We'll be in ooze-free zone when we come back.
You're oozing.
I had a friend who was a big old baseball player back in high school.
Because we're trying.
We went back inside, sat down, had a few drinks. All he kept talking about was glory days and a wink of young girls, our glory days, glory days. Hi, Claire. Hi, Lori. Hi, Claire. Pardon? Hi, Lori.
And John in Portland. Hi, John.
What is that?
How are you?
Oh,
okay. I can do it here. Well, we can look at this TV. It was just for visual purposes.
Okay, they are going to move to the dining room table. So I can move, yeah.
Okay, but I'm going to stand up and walk over to the zebra chairs for
I can't
to
hear you. What?
Jillian.
Okay.
At the
Winnie second. Even.
Looks like the big hand is on the 42, and all that time you thought you had has been frittered away, but not by Tom and Laurie.
Heck no, thanks, Jim. You know, one of the special shows we have, one of the original shows we have on FX is called Personal FX. The host, Claire Carter, is here today. Now, it's all about people who collect things and how much those things are worth. Is that correct?
It's also interesting, we're all collectors. When I went to do the audition for the show, sometimes we think you have to collect a lot of things to be a collector. Well, I discovered I collect wind-up toys. I brought one of my favorite ones. I don't know if the camera can get in on this.
Oh, but they sure can.
All you do is you drop it on the ground, and you know what he's going to do? You got to see what he's going to do. He's going to flip himself over. He's going to pick himself up, and he's going to walk away tall. You know what he's called, Lori? Wait a second. He's got to do this. I've got to show you what he's called. He's got to behave for me today. Show off. He's called the Survivor.
Oh,
I love wind-up toys.
I called him Tom.
He's my favorite. Now, you know, they made him back in the 70s. They don't make him anymore. Now, I don't know what he's worth, but I think with a lot of our possessions, they have a sentimental value to them. Like my parents gave me this ring years ago. I don't know what it's worth. I'm never going to part with it or sell it. If somebody were to steal it, it probably wouldn't be worth a lot.
Yeah.
But this is a show where people can come to us, and we can appraise different items. Like, don't postpone joy here. If you wind them up,
now, the most unique thing about Personal FX is that it is live on both coasts, and that's a very hard thing to do because of the time change.
And you know what's also interesting? My co-host, John Berg, I'm the person here at the apartment.
Yeah.
He's going across the country. Today he's in Portland, and he's meeting like super collectors. There are people who collect the largest collection of cocktail shakers, or the largest collection of canes, or Barbie dolls.
Oh, wow.
People who have thousands of these things, and these collections are worth a lot of money.
I think, John, we have John on satellite right now, do we? John, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you today?
Fine, thanks. Who have you bumped into out there in your travels?
Well, you know, I'm actually here in Portland in front of the Memorial Convention Center. I thought that was kind of fitting, as this is a memorial event here on FX. But what I'm going to be doing is actually, I'm here in Portland, and I'm going to be traveling the country, and I'm going to be going into people's homes who we call super collectors. And these people collect everything. You wouldn't believe the collections that we've seen already.
What have you
so
seen,
I'm gonna go
John?
We've seen everything from a man who has 4,000 Hot Wheel cars to a woman who has 800 Pez dispensers. And I understand somewhere in this country there's even a man who collects glass eyeballs. So people collect everything, and we're going to take a look at those things.
Do we want to meet that guy with glass eyeballs?
I think John's out there
I'll keep an eye out for him.
That's right. Keep an eye out. That's right.
Well, John, happy trails, and take care of yourself.
I'll look forward to
Absolutely,
seeing you
same to
later,
you.
John.
It must be
I look
strange to
forward
have
to
a
it.
co-host that you don't see very often, except on satellite.
Well, you know what's so interesting? When I first met John, I said to him, what do you collect? And he says, I'm the throwaway king. And I thought, gee, I'm the clutter person. My mother just came to visit. She took my walk-in closet. She threw everything out that was in the way and turned it into a walk-in closet again. And you have to somehow throw things out. But what's interesting about the program is we do a trash and treasure segment. And you know how certain things you may have around the house that you may think is a piece of trash, and it could be worth hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars.
Yes.
Or guess what? It could be a piece of trash, and it's time to throw it out.
So you'll have guest experts on to tell us whether something is trash or treasure.
And at least 2 guest experts every day, because there may be a difference of opinion, to kind of get a price range. And not only a price range, but you learn about the history. I have learned so much doing this program already. All of a sudden, whenever you see an appraiser, they look at the back, they look for the markings.
Right.
They tell you if it's packaged, you know, if it's in the original packaging. I've learned that when you buy something and you love it, buy one to keep it in the packaging and buy one to use it and play with it.
It sounds like such a great show.
I was wondering what you might think I'd be worth in about 10 years.
Oh, I think you'd be worth at least $99.99.
Take me home.
Priceless, Bob. You're priceless. Claire Carter, thank you very much. Good luck with the show.
Thank you, and I've been enjoying, and you know what? You launched the show right. You broke something today. That's for good luck.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Mazel tov, I think they say. Tom, and that was Tom's fault, so we have Tom to thank for that.
Yeah, really. I'm not sure everybody shares the feeling it was good luck. Beatrice is actually in charge of keeping our FX apartment in Chip Shop, the tip-top, ship shop, easy for me to say. Beatrice, how is this going from your perspective so far?
El show hasta ahora ha sido muy bueno, aunque este rato es muy cansoncito, pero bueno.
Really?
Sí.
Bob, she said you'll never be confirmed by the Senate Confirmation Committee now.
Okay. Oh, Bob Keeshan and Chris Schreiber are here.
You've got a big problem here. I mean, this is big. I mean, I know in television the set decorator is really the key ingredient.
Yeah.
And he is very upset. Look what's happening here.
Chris.
How many
We're
things
being a
are
little
broken?
careless here. I mean, we've traveled to far corners of the globe for these things, and you guys are knocking them over like 9-pins.
But you know, it's good luck. Claire Carter said it's great luck. This was the victim necessary to ensure the success of this fledgling network.
Yeah, well, what about the candlesticks and the other lamps? How many victims do we need?
Ah, the heck with it.
Yeah, but we're going to have a classroom for everybody as to how to handle the props on the set. I'm going to give the first lesson right now. Here is the way we do it. We do it simply like this. Anything we drop has to be metal.
Okay.
Not glass.
All right.
Got it, folks?
Or ping pong balls.
Remember this. Remember this.
I'm being chastised by Captain Kangaroo. My God. It's my worst morning show nightmare. Let's go over here. The safe harbor of Jillian in Florida. She's at Butterfly World. Good morning, Jillian.
Good morning, Tom. Yes, I'm still here in the lab at Butterfly World. And as promised shall do, I'm going to teach you how to attract butterflies to your garden. But first, you remember, Tom, that there was someone with John in Tulsa saying that she loved Spencer and that she was an admirer. Well, I have someone here, too, that is in love with one of our people back in the apartment. And that person is Bob. So, Bob, meet Mary. There she is. This Mary loves you, Bob. I mean, she just can't stop talking about you. Okay. All right, Mary, calm down. Calm down, Mary. Like I promised, I'm going to take you out here. We're going to go and we're going to see Ron, and he's got everything set up for us, and he's going to tell us how we can attract butterflies to our gardens, our porches. There are 2 steps. What do we do?
Well, it's really easy. We've got a campaign for the whole United States and Canada. You need 2 plants. You need a host plant that the female lays her eggs on. Now, this looks like parsley, doesn't it? It is parsley.
Yeah, it is parsley.
And you can put this on anywhere in the United States. You can even put this in Manhattan on your balconies, and you'll attract the black swallowtail.
Oh, great. That would be great for the apartments, don't you think, you guys? And what about this, the flowering plant?
Well, the flowering plants, you want to put some of those in your yard. It's sort of like when you go to McDonald's and you grab a quick Coke. It keeps the butterflies alive.
Doesn't look like McDonald's to me. How long would it take for butterflies to be attracted to your host plant?
If you put these plants in your yard, you can expect butterflies within days.
Now, Ron, I'm sorry. Ron, I'm getting my people mixed up here. Ron, you made an enormous, incredible butterfly. Can we see that? Is this a butterfly that you've created?
No, this is not one we created.
Oh,
where'd
this come from then?
This is the owl from the rainforest, and you can see that if you split the wings here, it looks just like the face of an owl.
Oh, exactly. That's so funny.
We did create the piano key butterfly here at Butterfly World, and when you go in the back, you can show them hundreds of...
Yeah, we saw it. Tom was in love with that piano key butterfly. Well, let's go back in here. Excuse me, Ron. You go back and tend to the plants. And these are some of the area where they have the plants in all of these different cages. We have eggs, caterpillars. I mean, this place is bringing out 30,000 butterflies a year. So let's go in here into cage 520. We're in here. Can you get in there, Manny? Someone hold the door for this poor cameraman. Okay, here's the parsley I'm going to bring back to you guys. Butterflies everywhere. Remember, this is the way you do it. You got your egg, it grows into a caterpillar, eventually the pupa, the butterfly. You need your host plant, which in New York, for example, at our apartment, we could have parsley and a feeding plant, which looks pretty on top of it. So it'd be a great thing. Now, before we leave, Mary is bugging me. She's absolutely wants to say goodbye to Bob. Come in here. Okay, Mary, come in. There you go. You got your big TV moment. Okay, thanks, Mary. Bye. And we'll be back very soon with another adventure for you from Miami.
Thanks, Jillian. Bob, you want to say hi to Mary?
Hi, Mary. Hi, Mary. Wait a second. You're just a glove.
Yeah. Hey,
and what are you?
Yeah, no kidding, Bob. Look in the mirror.
Hey, next week, how puppets breed.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Glove, spit, glove.
All right, we're going to take a break. I'm still getting over being chastised by Captain Kangaroo on live national television. I understand I have an irate call from Mr. Rogers yet to take. We'll be right back.
It winds from Chicago to L.A. Morning.
I know they're right through that door. The rainforest is
Right check, Jill.
Is he set up for it?
Oh, thanks.
Go on, run for it then. Let's go.
So,
come on, man. Mic check.
Mic check, I'm here. Okay.
Hi, 1, 2, 3, here we are.
Mike check Clark. I heard that. I heard Mike check
Garbage
Clark.
truck is...
I know.
Barely. You're so broken up. We can't even... We can start to understand what's going on. Yeah. It's kind of weird, but yeah.
You know, if that was a Mickey Mouse clock we were looking at, it'd be pretty hard to explain what happened to his left hand. But I think I can explain what happened to Laurie and Tom.
Jim's obsessed with the clock.
We should also explain it's not 5 to 11 for those of you who think you're real late for your meetings. It's, we got about 4 minutes left in the show.
Yeah, and we have so many people to thank. I'm going to just rip them off right now. Russell Grant, our astrologer, fantastic work. Cassandra Dans, Mrs. Green Thumb, she was wonderful. Dr. Reed Moskowitz. Our entire FX family who stopped by, Jane Walsh from Under Scrutiny, Steve Walker and Jack from the Pet Department, Claire Carter, and John Burke from Personal Effects, Karen Bryant and Orlando Jones from Sound Effects. We, of course, like to give a special thank you to Bob Keeshan, Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for guiding us through our first show.
I
You
wish
were
I could
wonderful.
clap. Thank you. Can I say something I really like to say?
Like we can stop you.
June 1st, 1994. Yeah, that's really important because I very rarely get to say the day and date. And this is because it's live television.
Yeah.
I do a lot of speaking. I speak about 40 times a year, after dinner, after lunch, breakfast when they're not watching FX, and so on. And people will always do an interview and say, we're going to use this tomorrow. We're going to use this next week, just before your speech.
Yeah.
So don't tell anybody what day it is. Don't use the day. And so it's a pleasure to come on and say June 1st, 1994. And it's a great day because it's your inaugural, and we're going to be able to wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you. And you know, because we're live throughout the day, we're going to be June 1st all day, darn it. Also, I want to thank folks across the country. John Davis at the Route 66 Diner in Tulsa, where we found out they don't know the song, but they do a great Ventura Highway. John?
Right, and they know how to cook, which is very important. Debbie, thank you for letting us come out and crash your breakfast time here at the Route 66 Diner. It was fun, right?
Yes, it was a blast.
All right, look at this. Her kids, Jennifer and Jared, were here helping us cook. We have the obnoxious party guests over there, and oh, they are.
Yeah.
They crashed our party here, but that's okay because at FX we'll be crashing some more.
Indeed, we will. The Norman Cliff
Back
of the
to you
Route
guys.
66 Diner. Thanks
Great
to
work, John.
Jillian Hamilton at Butterfly World in Coconut Creek, Florida. Jillian?
Yeah, look at this. They have great stores. They even have a great little store. Look at this. There's a caterpillar that becomes a butterfly.
Oh, isn't that
buy it from the
beautiful?
store downstairs. Isn't that cute? We had a great time here. Thanks so much to Ron and all the people from Butterfly World in Miami.
Thanks,
Terrific
Jillian.
stuff, Jillian. Thank you.
And thanks to Spencer Garbett, Gwen McGee, and Patricia Moreno right across the street at Madison Square Park. Spencer?
Sure. Well, I'm one tuckered out hula hooper, I gotta tell you. Gwen's here with me now. And actually, Gwen, I didn't see you hula hoop, so you're gonna give us a demonstration now, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell the people if it's too hard to hula hoop, they can also use it as a jump rope. You see? I'll demonstrate that.
Let's watch. Hey, that a girl. Look at her. Go, go, go.
All right, thank you, Spencer.
She's just giddy with hula hoop excitement,
Thank
everyone.
you.
See you tomorrow.
You trying it over here, Bob?
Yeah, it's really tough without hips.
Yeah. It is the first day of what we hope will be many. Now, how long were you on the air in the mornings?
Up until last year, actually, on public television.
Right,
So,
so
you know, 38 years, something like that.
38
Yeah, and
years.
we're trying very hard to make a return, and if we can get Hollywood back in line with the rest of the nation, we will do that.
I hear Mr. Moose is being very difficult with negotiations.
No, he's ready anytime. He's ready anytime.
Well, you know, what? You have any advice for working with puppets? I mean, how you the care and treatment of puppets?
Don't.
Bob Keeshan, thank you so much for joining us. You made our first day so special.
We have one more person to thank.
Yes.
You, for joining us on this, our inaugural broadcast. We hope it is the first of many mornings that we'll be spending together. Take care.
We'll see you
Stay with
tomorrow.
FX throughout the day.
Bye-bye.
Bob, thank you so much.
Thank you, Tom.
I'm Tom Bergeron. Here's a look at the news at the top of the hour on FX. The new chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee is ready to tackle health care. Sam Givens of Florida replacing Dan Rostenkowski. Rosti stepped down after being indicted yesterday. The man accused of shooting the former spokesman for the Nation of Islam is no stranger to crime. About 20 years ago, James Best killed his brother. He says it was self-defense. He was acquitted. There's merchandise mania over Barbara Streisand. Not only is Babs making a ton of dough from concert tickets, also she's making loads on concert memorabilia. Now, sit back, relax, stay with us for the first ever Fantasy Island next on FX. Boss, the new network, boss, the plane.